We are killing folks. Welcome to the Glenn Theater. I am Glenn Hardin. Today's match is brought to you by those people who go 35 on the on-ramp and expect to merge into 75-mile-an-hour traffic. Yes, you know who you are. And by the 65 Years and Older Driving Association. They won't see you coming. I have a game of free-for-all hardcore type where the time runs out before the score limit is reached. The reason I'm posting this gameplay is that a lot of the hardcore free-for-alls I played, the time ran out on just about all of them. Now maybe that's due to the fact that the lack of maybe the heads-up display or HUD, or maybe because you don't usually see a kill streak higher than a 7 or an 8 in a hardcore free-for-all match. Now, don't be trolling and say, man, that's bullshit. I get my puppies every time I play hardcore free-for-all. Well, maybe you do, and the only thing I can say to that is congratulations. I'm glad. I'm glad you're that good at the game. I hope that one day I am very good at these type games. However, if you didn't see my first and last video, you didn't hear me mention that I am a leisurely player. That means I do this for fun. I enjoy recording this stuff and putting it on here, even though it's not the greatest gameplay in the world. It's still maybe something you can relate to, you know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Like me, hate me, heckle me from the stands as I just walked my second batter. Speaking of which, I just got back from a trip to Tejas. Went and saw the Texas Rangers play. Also went to Six Flags. I can tell you about both of them. That the Rangers whooped the crap out of the Astros. It was interleague play. Can't exactly remember the score. I think it was like 10-3, something incredible. And then Six Flags, what was going on was Coaster Con. I'd never heard of this before. It might be the first annual, I'm not sure. But they redid the roller coaster called the Texas Giant. Now, if you've ever been out there and rode the Texas Giant in earlier years, it was probably the bumpiest, the ricketiest, it was crappy. When you got off there, you felt like you spent a couple minutes in a blender. But they redid the whole thing. It's completely smooth now, and it still scares the crap out of you, just without all the shaking. And my wife, bless her heart, she went on every ride that I didn't have to drag her on there or anything like that. She said she really wasn't feeling good and still hung in there like a trooper and loved it. We were going to ride the Giant a second time, but by the time we got done with the first time, the line was so long, it was just, too much to do in one day. Anyway, but I had a real nice visit with my dad. Saw my sister a lot more than I thought I would. Just all around great trip, with one exception. Where we were staying at the hotel, around the corner there was a bar, and I'd go in there and I'd do a little drinking, and I was walking back from the bar to the hotel, and the sprinklers were on at the hotel, and I went to step up on the curb, and my foot slipped out of my flip-flop, and my big toe scraped down the vertical side of the curb, in which tore a corner of my toenail off, and that hurt so bad that I fell to the ground and busted my knee on the opposite leg. So I'm now walking through the lobby of the hotel. It looked like I just sold my wheelchair. I get up to the room and just pass smooth out. It was that's probably the only bad thing about the whole trip, but other than that, great one, real good. And tonight we're actually going back out of town.
Enemy spy plane above.
It's only for like a day or so, and it's not very far. It's only about 3 hours away from where I live. We're going up to Heber Springs, Arkansas, Greer's Ferry Lake. Beautiful place. I mean, the water's so clear. I mean, you could see right through it. It's a big difference from what we have here in Mississippi. But I'm going up there to meet the band. I don't think I've ever mentioned before. I'm actually in a cover band. We're a classic rock cover band, and the drummer, bass player, and rhythm guitar player are all related one way or another, and they're doing like a family trip. Well, several months ago, they went ahead and they told me that I was now part of the family, which there wasn't any ritual or anything like that. I just I've never had anybody tell me that before, so I'm taking it with a big respect, and I think it's awesome that they have invited me. Now my phone's ringing and ruining my recording. Anyway, my wife calling. I was like, where was I? They consider me part of the family, which I think is a really cool thing, and like I said, I'm very deep respect for that. So they invited me out to their family vacation out to the lake, and it's I think it's going to be a blast. And my wife and I are going. I'm also my 6-year-old niece wants to go with me too, so we'll see how that goes. Skiing, tubing, cooking out, you know, I guess the usual stuff you do at the lake. You know what? What the hell? I'll take a second to talk about the band. What I do, all I have to do is remember the words and act like a jackass, pretty much. I'm just what you call a singer. The drummer and bass player are drummer's dad, bass player's son, and then rhythm guitar player is drummer's best friend, bass player's father-in-law, I guess. I mean, we have a wide range of age through us. Bass player being the youngest. I believe I think he's 26 now. And then the oldest, I believe, is going to be this, we just hired a keyboard player. I think he's the oldest. I'm not exactly sure how old he is, but it's got to be late 50s. And then the rest of us have our ages are in between there. I'm 2 years older than the bass player, and then it goes up into the 30s, and then into the 50s, I think, from there. But with this broad, I don't know, age group or age difference, we bring so much influence to everything that we do, because we're doing you know, Stone Temple Pilots stuff all the way back to 60s Beatles tunes, you know, wide variety. I think that we've only played out a couple of times. That was when we were a 5-piece, had to get rid of a guy. Now we're hiring 2 other guys. We hired a keyboard player and a lead guitar player. Thinking about, I guess, probably about 6 weeks, we should be back on the I guess gigging is what I like to call it, just gigging. I'm gonna try to be the bookie, the guy that lines up the gigs and decides how much we make, and trying to juggle that in between this job that I work all the freaking time and this hobby as well. So I'm going to post, I might post a video of the band on this channel at one time. Let me know if you want to see that, if you want me to give you some insight on that, if you want to know more in depth about it. I believe we will be have our own, what you call it, YouTube channel just for the band, so that we can get videos of the songs that we do well and everything. We do the CSI theme songs. Those always go over really well. I am a tongue twisting, twist all the time, twist top. Yeah, I'm just rambling. Anyway, this game is about to be wrapped up. It doesn't really end on a strong note. Actually, not at all. But if you got any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll see you on my next post.